Buddy Holly, born Charles Hardin Holly on September 7, 1936, in the small town of Lubbock, Texas, emerged from humble beginnings. Raised in a devoted Southern Baptist household, he was the youngest of 4 children in a close-knit family. Gospel music filled his early life, while country and Western swing shaped his musical sensibilities. From a young age, Buddy displayed remarkable talent and curiosity, mastering the violin, piano, and guitar. Encouraged by his family and local musicians, he began exploring music seriously, laying the foundation for a career that would ultimately redefine rock and roll. Early musical beginnings. As a student at Hutchinson Junior High School in the early 1950s, Buddy formed a deep friendship with fellow music enthusiast Bob Montgomery. Together, they created a duo called Buddy and Bob in 1952, performing at church gatherings, school talent shows, and small local events. Their smooth harmonies and natural stage presence quickly gained attention, and they became regular performers on local radio. These early experiences not only honed Buddy's musical skills, but also introduced him to the dynamics of performing for an audience. It was the start of a journey that would transform both his life and the music industry. Influences and inspiration. In 1955, Buddy witnessed Elvis Presley performing live in Lubbock. Presley's fusion of rhythm and blues with country, known as rockabilly, left an indelible impression on him. This exposure inspired Buddy to integrate rock and roll's energy into his own sound, moving beyond traditional country music. His creativity flourished as he experimented with guitar riffs, lyrics, and vocal styles, developing a sound uniquely his own. Buddy's early influences, from gospel to Western swing, combined with the rebellious spirit of rock and roll, allowed him to craft songs that were melodic, edgy, and innovative, appealing to both young audiences and discerning listeners. Formation of the Crickets. Determined to pursue a professional career, Buddy teamed up again with Bob Montgomery and added Larry Wellborn on bass. They initially performed as Buddy Holly and the Three Tunes, attracting attention from Nashville talent scouts. After signing with Decca Records, Buddy faced initial setbacks, including a misspelling of his last name, which he ultimately retained. In 1957, he formed the Crickets with Jerry Allison, Joby Maldon, and Nikki Sullivan. As lead singer and guitarist, Buddy pushed the boundaries of contemporary music, creating a sound that blended rock, country, and pop sensibilities, which would soon define the early era of rock and roll. Breakthrough with That'll Be the Day. One of the Crickets' first major recordings, That'll Be the Day, became an instant sensation. Inspired by a line from John Wayne's The Searchers, the song showcased Buddy's sharp lyrics, distinctive voice, and innovative guitar work. Released in 1957, it quickly topped the Billboard charts, establishing Buddy Holly and the Crickets as rising stars. This breakthrough was followed by the debut album, The Chirping Crickets, filled with catchy melodies, harmonies, and youthful energy. The success of the single and album not only cemented Buddy's status, but also influenced countless future musicians, making him a defining figure in the transition from country and swing to rock and roll. Solo career and artistic growth. Alongside his work with the Crickets, Buddy pursued a solo contract with Coral Records, allowing him to experiment with more personal and diverse music. This unusual dual arrangement demonstrated both his ambition and the growing demand for his artistry. His first solo album, Buddy Holly, included hits like Peggy Sue, which became an international sensation. Moving to Greenwich Village in New York City in 1958, Buddy immersed himself in the creative community, expanding his musical vision. His relentless productivity and passion for innovation marked him as a unique talent, combining technical skill with emotional depth and bridging the gap between teenage appeal and broader cultural influence. Touring challenges in personal life. By 1958, the pressures of fame, touring, and financial management began affecting Buddy's personal life. He married Maria Elena Santiago on August 15, 1958, at Tabernacle Baptist Church in Lubbock. Their whirlwind romance quickly became a devoted union, but the constant demands of touring strained their relationship. Emotional distance, rumors of tension, and eventual miscarriage during the winter of 1959 compounded the tragedy surrounding the couple. Despite these hardships, Buddy continued to create and perform, driven by dedication to his fans and ambition to innovate. His marriage, though brief and troubled, reflected both the personal sacrifices and emotional complexities behind his public success. The Winter Dance Party Tour. In early 1959, Buddy joined the grueling Winter Dance Party Tour across the Midwest. Harsh winter conditions, long bus rides, and physical exhaustion tested the endurance of every musician involved. Despite these hardships, Buddy remained committed to performing for his fans, exemplifying his work ethic and passion. It was during this tour that tensions and stress levels were reportedly at their highest, with disagreements and fatigue affecting everyone. The tour's punishing schedule created conditions that would play a critical role in the tragedy that followed, illustrating the often overlooked human cost behind the creation of musical legends. Tragic plane crash. On February 3, 1959, tragedy struck when Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P., the Big Bopper, Richardson died in a plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa. The accident shocked the music world and was immortalized as the day the music died. Official reports attributed the crash to bad weather and pilot error. Buddy, just 22, was a newlywed and father-to-be, making his death especially heartbreaking. The sudden loss cut short a rapidly rising career that had already influenced generations. The crash became a symbol of potential unfulfilled, leaving fans and fellow musicians to mourn both the artist and the cultural impact he might have achieved. Emerging questions over time, inconsistencies surrounding the crash fueled speculation. Eyewitnesses reported unusual sounds, flashes of light, and unexplained mechanical issues. Rumors of a revolver found in the wreckage, unrecorded in official reports, hinted at possible onboard conflict or distraction. Survivors and tour mates, like Juan Jennings and Tommy Alsop, often spoke cryptically about the event, suggesting there were details never disclosed. Even Maria Elena Santiago expressed dissatisfaction with the official account, citing secrecy regarding Holly's remains and crash site. These discrepancies have prompted historians, private investigators, and fans to re-examine the incident, raising uncomfortable questions about what truly happened that night. Possible tensions. On board. The grueling Winter Dance Party Tour, marked by frostbite, illness, and exhaustion, may have created heightened tensions among passengers. Reports suggest that disagreements between Holly and management could have contributed to onboard stress. Speculation about a confrontation or accident during the flight raises unsettling possibilities. While there is no definitive proof of foul play, the combination of environmental hazards, interpersonal strain, and mysterious evidence has led some experts to consider alternative explanations. The tragedy, therefore, may have involved more than pilot error or weather, reflecting a complex intersection of human frailty and circumstantial misfortune, legacy, and influence. Despite his brief career, Buddy Holly's influence on music remains profound. He was one of the first artists to write, perform, and produce his own material, inspiring musicians like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and the Rolling Stones. His innovative sound, blending rock, country, and pop, set a precedent for generations. Beyond music, Holly's appearance, horn-rimmed glasses, clean-cut style, and approachable demeanor made him a relatable figure, bridging the gap between youth culture and mainstream acceptance. Even in death, his contributions continue to shape artistic creativity, demonstrating the enduring power of originality, authenticity, and youthful ambition in music. Revisiting the mystery. Decades later, the circumstances surrounding Buddy Holly's death remain unsettling. New analyses of crash reports, autopsy records, and eyewitness accounts continue to challenge the official narrative. Questions about mechanical issues, possible onboard conflict, and unreported evidence keep the mystery alive. While a definitive answer may never emerge, these investigations underscore the human complexity behind the tragedy. The loss was not just of a musician, but of a visionary whose life ended amid uncertainty and speculation. The unanswered questions amplify the sorrow, leaving a haunting legacy alongside his undeniable artistic achievements. Conclusion. A life-remembered Buddy Holly's story is one of brilliance, innovation, and untimely tragedy. From humble beginnings in Lubbock to becoming a pioneering figure in rock and roll, he reshaped the musical landscape, His life and death highlight both the exhilaration of creative genius and the vulnerabilities of human existence. While the plane crash may always hold lingering mysteries, Buddy Holly's influence endures, reminding the world of what can be achieved in a short, passionate life. His legacy is not just a reflection of songs written, but of inspiration passed to generations of artists who continue to honor his vision.